Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer Terri. I make Philippine Travel Updates. In this video, we'll talk about the accepted proof of vaccination. This video is for foreign nationals. Sa mga Pilipino pong nanonood dyan, huwag po kayong mag-alala sa reciprocity list na iyan. Kahit saang bansa pa kayo nabakunahan, basta Pilipino kayo, Filipino citizen, may Philippine passport, tatanggapin nila yung vaccination card or certificate or proof ninyo. Hindi sila stricto sa mga kapwa Pilipino. Okay? So this video is only for foreign nationals. I have good news to share to foreigners who are worried about the reciprocity list. So stay tuned. Before we proceed, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing to stay updated with the Philippine travel updates. And please like the video. It supports the channel. So the accepted proof of vaccination, good news for these 15 countries. They are added on the reciprocity list. It was announced by the IATF spokesperson Carlo Nograles in the IATF Resolution 162. These countries' vaccination proof will be accepted in the Philippines. Argentina, Brunei Darussalam, Cambodia, Chile, Denmark, Ecuador, Indonesia, Myanmar, Papua New Guinea, Peru, Portugal, Spain, Azerbaijan, Macau, and Syria. Yay! If you're vaccinated in these countries, your vaccination proof will be accepted in the Philippines. No need to secure a yellow card. This is the complete and most updated reciprocity list for vaccination proof. So if you're vaccinated in these countries, for example, you're vaccinated in the US or in the UAE or in Canada, in Hong Kong, in Thailand, in Switzerland, in Australia, in New Zealand, so many countries, no? Singapore, Spain. Your vaccination proof is accepted in the country. You don't need to secure a yellow card as long as your vaccination proof is issued by the government. Aside from it is accepted upon arrival, you can also use that vaccination proof for traveling within the Philippines. Let me tell you this. Traveling in different areas, in different islands in the country, there are different requirements, but one major requirement by many local government is a vaccination proof. So for example, if I am vaccinated in Australia. Australia is on this list. If I want to go to Iloilo, Iloilo requires vaccination proof. Let me show you the requirements of airlines. Traveling within the Philippines, this is in the Philippine Airlines website. So for example, I want to go to Iloilo, as I mentioned. Yan, Iloilo requires a vaccination card. See, vaccination card. I can use my vaccination card issued in Australia to go to Iloilo. Okay, other areas, many areas in the country require vaccination proof. Let's check. Ooh. Yan, Puerto Princesa in Palawan. Palawan is a very popular tourist destination. Yan, for tourists. Let's see. Oh, here. Unvaccinated can still enter, at least, but it's really good. You have the advantage if you're vaccinated. So I just want to emphasize, if your country is on this list, on the reciprocity list, your vaccination proof will be accepted in the Philippines upon arrival and for traveling within the country, interzonal or intrazonal. Now, I shared to you guys, if you watched our update yesterday, I asked my immigration officer friend asking about the reciprocity list, are there more countries on this list? And he said yes. A lot. There was also a Filipino who inquired with the Bureau of Quarantine and shared to me the photo of that there are more countries on the reciprocity list. And so I inquired with the Bureau of Bureau of Quarantine today. This was their email, very responsive. BOQ.opcen@gmail.com, and they replied. They replied to my email. This was their reply. I was asking them, is this a complete list of countries with reciprocity in the Philippines? And they forwarded me the complete list. And you will be surprised. There are more countries than we know. There's 70 countries on this list. Yeah. I was also surprised myself. Let me actually make it clearer. Here is the list they sent to me. So for example, Bulgaria, or Croatia, Cyprus. They are under the reciprocity list. This is not being announced by the IATF. It says here BM Circular 2021-22. So this was already a memo issued last year that the vaccination proof of these countries will be accepted too. So find your country, guys. This is legit information from the Bureau of Quarantine. Countries who is on this list will also be accepted. Their vaccination proof will also be accepted. So I was surprised myself, guys. Like for example, let's see, Maldives vaccination proof is accepted. Poland, or Russia, Slovakia, and there's more. Estonia, Finland, Greece. One Filipina messaged me today. Her fiance is vaccinated in Greece. It says here very clearly in the Bureau of Quarantine list of reciprocity that this is the complete list. So many countries are included. Hungary is also included. Latvia, Lebanon, Lithuania. Usually EU countries. We have Sweden, Uruguay, Vatican City, Ukraine. Yeah, so I can vouch for the information I'm giving to you guys because this is coming from the Bureau of Quarantine themselves. This was sent to me just this afternoon. And if you're not satisfied, you can inquire with government agencies yourself. How about Saudi Arabia? I have a very loyal subscriber who is from Saudi Arabia. Unfortunately, it is not on the list. So still many countries are not on the list. Yeah, mostly EU countries are added. So if your countries po are not on the list I have showed to you, please secure this yellow card, the WHO International Certificate of Vaccination or Prophylaxis. And I would suggest get an English version. As I shared to you guys the other week of Vern, an American who is vaccinated in Montenegro. Montenegro is not on the reciprocity list. He ended up in quarantine. I would consider Vern as lucky because he ended up in quarantine. But other foreign nationals, there were Saudi Arabians who arrived in the country last week and they were detained and they were not treated well. Upon arrival, they were told that they have to go back to Saudi because their vaccination proof is not accepted. What I can tell you guys is that their application of rules is not consistent. Sometimes they would ask the foreign national to just go in quarantine if their vaccination proof is not accepted, and then other times they would ask them to be deported, to go back to their origin country. I myself is confused. That is why I strongly suggest you guys to bring this yellow card if your country is not on the reciprocity list. I will post this list on my community tab on my Facebook page as well for your guys' reference. Okay? Anyways, guys, these Saudi nationals were almost detained, also brought a yellow card, but I don't think they filled it out. Guys, a yellow card that is not filled out is useless. Your doctors need to fill this out, this yellow card, okay? If you're gonna bring this, make sure the doctors who vaccinated you or the nurse fill this out. It cannot be blank. Otherwise, a blank yellow card will not be accepted. Okay? But I want to express my frustration to the Philippine government. Remember, when the country was still not open, they kept saying, we will study. But now there is this issue about the vaccination proof. There are 157 countries in that visa-free countries where fully vaccinated tourists from those 157 countries can enter, while only maybe 80 countries vaccination proof are accepted. So how about the rest of those countries? The Department of Foreign Affairs should really work harder with that reciprocity list. There's many foreigners in one country. If you have friends, guys, and your country is not in the reciprocity list, I urge you to contact the Philippine Embassy. They should also work on your behalf to encourage the Philippine government to have reciprocity list in your countries. But this is all, guys. I am going to post this complete list on my community page and my Facebook page so you guys have reference. For unvaccinated foreign tourists, hi! Are you still there? Foreign nationals who are medically unable to get vaccinated, there was a previous IATF Resolution 157 that you may be allowed. I will have to confirm with the Bureau of Quarantine and Immigration on this. I will let you know when I get the information. For now, this is still a floating idea. Floating idea. I will wait for confirmation from from the Bureau of Quarantine, whether you will be considered or not. Okay? So this is all po for this video. Yeah, I hope I did not confuse you. Thank you so much for your continued support. Like the video to continue your support to help this channel. I will see you with another travel update. I hope one day I can say all countries vaccination proof is accepted. That is my wish right now. But yeah, this is all for today. Stay safe and God bless you all. Bye.